This is Trump's takeover plan, and unfortunately, it's not about you. Over the last 12 months, there's been things that have happened that people are not paying attention to because they're distracted. Intel gave the Trump administration about 5% ownership. And just yesterday, OpenAI is thinking about doing the same thing. So, one of the top chip manufacturers in the United States gave ownership to the Trump administration. Also, OpenAI is thinking about doing a deal to give them the same type of ownership. Over the past year, the Trump administration or the Trump organization has made about 1.4 billion in cryptocurrency. Now, I'm a data-driven person. I'm a conservative. I homeschool my kids. I'm in Arizona. We're concealed carry. I believe in God and my country. So I'm going to stay in my lane, which is macro and microeconomics. Now, I've got a lot of flack because people said I'm being pessimistic, but I'm realistic. So this isn't about politics. This isn't about left and right. I'm the macroeconomic expert. This is about money. This is about your financial future. This is not about politics. Left and right, Democrat, Republican, don't give a shit about your money. Money has no emotion, doesn't give a crap about your retirement. Left and right, or the billionaires aren't fighting about left and right. They're trying to stay in power. So when you understand that, it takes the emotion out of it. I'm here to help you navigate your financial future, not teach you who to pick politically. I'm going to stay on data. So if you're still here, let's dive in. So first of all, you have to understand that there's no real money in the system. We're at 120% debt to income ratio. What that means is we have more debt than we produce in America. We have more debt than we have income. So we're bankrupt. About 30% of our debt is held outside the United States. We pay about $3 billion in interest on our debt in America a day. There's been more money printed in history from 2020 to 2022, and the era of cheap money is dead. So these are all key factors you need to understand. So you got 120% debt to income ratio. Your stock market's overvalued by almost 220 to 230% based on the Warren Buffett indicator. Stock market's at 69 trillion. We produce 36 trillion. So what's the gap? We got an overvalued stock market. We're paid in someone else's debt. We only have debt in the system. And the data says, not what the news says, not what they promise, not what the hope says, not what the hype says. The data says inflation is high, interest rates are stuck and they need to go up. Home affordability is out the door, in America. Rent prices have skyrocketed. Credit card debt's at an all-time high. Delinquencies are at an all-time high. Auto loan delinquencies are at an all-time high. Student loan delinquencies are at an all-time high. So that's the data. You made $100,000 in 2020. In 2026, you now have a $70,000 purchasing power. That's called inflation, silent taxation. So what's happening is the billionaires, the richest people in the world, are making themselves really wealthy. Now, here's a key factor to understand. In every single world war, every single credit crisis, every single currency collapse, why do the 1% always remain in power and they get wealthier? Because they operate in